Please know, you're no better than the people you put around you. I'm going to say it again. You're no better than the people you put around you. Your neighbor can be a prophet if you give them your cell phone. Because if they can see and examine who you call, they can tell where you're going. If you want to know where you're going, study your phone record. Study who you talk to a lot. They determine where you're going. And so you got to make sure that you ain't just chilling with somebody. I'm not just having a casual relationship. My life is important. The price I pay is important. My journey is important. There's too many people who have prayed for me. There are too many people who have died for me. Jesus died for me. I can't waste my days and not get to where God ordained for me to be. How dare you who want to go somewhere and walk in destiny, sit on the phone, talking to people about absolutely nothing, zero, not a daggone thing. And when you invest your time, and time means life, then you have now developed a habit of a dysfunction that causes you to be busy and not getting better. You got to understand, I need to walk with folk who are competent and who have character. You need people that got gifts and skills and abilities and a spirit of excellence. And the first thing Jesus did when he started his ministry, he chose them. And again, you're no better than the people you choose. People who will cover you even when you're not looking. You need to walk with folk that are going to be the same about you when you ain't around. Everything hinges on the team or the company you have. Invest in them, feed them, train them, build them, support them, because the wrong person on your team could mess up your life. Galatians 3:1 says, you crazy Galatians, did somebody put a hex on you? Have you taken leave of your senses? One bad apple can mess up the whole bushel. Julius Caesar, I told you this a long time ago, he said, my problem was not that I had enemies. My problem was I let them hang around too long. You need people around you that don't have an agenda. Always know that your real enemies are close around you. I'm going to say that again. Your real enemies are close around you. And some of you are fighting folk that ain't fighting you. Watch this. Rome did not fall from external forces. It fell from within. Jesus said, at the table, the one who eats bread with me. You got to be close to somebody to betray them. I don't know who this is for, but it's going to help somebody. You're going to need this. You must have people around you with competence and character. Both. Say both. They can't just be smart, talented, gifted, because they can still be dangerous, toxic, and lethal. You cannot overlook character. Jesus said, I know who I have chosen. He put around him 12 people to play a role. There's a strategy, there's a purpose, there's a goal in mind. If you don't have a goal in mind of where you're going, you're in trouble. Because what trouble would I be in, Bishop? Well, you'll be the one that brings the snake close to your bosom. It's not the one that's throwing rocks at you that's going to kill you. It's the person in your own house or somebody you chose to bring close to you. It's one who sits with you. It's one that goes to eat with you. It's one who eats lunch with you. It's one that you bring in close to you. Well, first thing I want you to know, you can't have betrayal if you don't have trust. Please understand that. The enemy that you don't trust can never betray you. You can hate me, you can attack me, but you can't betray me because I didn't ever trust you anyway. The formula for betrayal is they must have access and trust. You have to be close enough to dip and then have trust enough to let them sit at the table. Somebody better hear this. The greatest compliment anybody can give you is say, I trust you. Matter of fact, when we scream about favor, favor is nothing but trust. The more favor you have means God trusts you more. So when you feel the favor of God, it's trust, and he's always giving you access. You know, you really pick your own Judas. Because if you can control who you give access to and who you trust, it will cut down your level of betrayal. But when trust is violated, access is denied. If you want to know why somebody used to let you come over all the time and all of a sudden now they won't let you come, trust was violated. They used to call you a lot, etc., but now they don't call much. Trust was violated. And whenever trust is violated, access is denied. Please, watch this. Watch this. Oh. Look around. Another clue is to see how many folk and how they act when you are being blessed. Watch this. When Mary came and broke the alabaster box and anointed Jesus' feet with oil and washed him with her hair, Judith got upset. Jesus was being blessed, but Judas was not happy at the success of the blessing. Don't fool yourself. Everybody ain't gonna be happy about your promotion. I say that again. Everybody ain't gonna be happy about your promotion. Let me back that up. Let me back that up. Watch this. Watch this. Jealousy starts long before you can recognize it. It happens long before betrayal. They hide. They pass notes. They meet in the restroom. They go to eat together and talk. And they're ticked off about your success. They're smiling at you at work, but when they go on break, you need to clean up your crowd before it's too late, because God is ready to take you somewhere big and you're going. But if you let the wrong people pollute where you're going. Have you ever asked in this other clue? Judas always kept access to Jesus and to Jesus' enemy. Judas keeps both doors open. You're not hearing me. I'm trying to lay down something for you. Watch this. Watch this. Judas had access to the Roman soldiers and he had access to Jesus. He brings a bone and he carries one back. Now, if you, my friend, how in the hell are you welcomed at my camp and welcomed at my enemy's camp? How are you friends with my enemies at the same time you call yourself friend with me? You got to be afraid of folk who are welcome at both camps. I'm trying to wonder why they didn't speak up for me when they was talking about me, and why. Because if you didn't say nothing while they were talking about me, that means that you were neutral. I'm still trying to figure out why they like you and hate me. You, my friend. Watch out for folk who remain neutral. Please understand, you can't drive a car in neutral. When you got a car in neutral, the engine might be running, but you can't make it up the hill. You can't get around the block. You hanging with folk that will sit in the company of folk that will talk about you, backbite you, and they should have shut it down, but they didn't shut it down because they're too busy trying to be friends with you and your enemies. They're too busy. Choose this day who you gonna be with. Are you gonna be my Judith? Or are you gonna be my friend? Watch this now. Watch this. Watch this. There are too many of you that let folk operate in both camps. And to have access to you, you need to upgrade yourself. You need to know that you're important. And you don't need to hang with folk who are trying to be popular with everybody. I need folk that if they say they standing with me, they'll die for me. I need folk that say they're standing for me, they'll cover me. I need folk that's standing with me, that they're not going to just stand when I'm sitting there looking at them, but when they're by themselves or they're in another group and the group brings up my name, if it's not good stuff, they're going to shut it down. And if they don't shut it down, they're a Judith. And access needs to be denied. Some of you need to text somebody today, and even if they don't understand, say access denied. I'm not sitting at the table with you no more. I'm not going to the restaurant with you no more. You're talking about my wife. You're talking about my children. You're talking about my pastor. I don't play that. Touch your neighbor and say, shut it down if you're their friend. Shut it down. Speak up. I'm sick of phony people. I'm sick of folk kissing me on the cheek and then going in another group talking something else. Why don't you get real? Get with who you want. Get in the camp. You're going to be with the Roman soldiers. Hang with the Roman soldiers. But you can't have it both ways. You feeling that? You're feeling that? You understand that? I'm tired of two-faced folk. Especially church folk. That's why churches split and mess up, because you got folk in every crowd, in every company, trying to be popular with everybody. What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? You'll be stuck with neutral folk. I'm going to say it again. You are stuck with neutral folk. And some of you know the folk got their foot in both camps. Your enemies love them just as much as you thought you did. Something wrong with that picture. And if you find out that you know that they're always hanging with your enemies also, that's not your friend. That's not somebody to be sitting up at the table with. That's not somebody that you need to share your bread with. Your life is too valuable. I'm going somewhere, and you need to choose who you're going with. Watch this. Watch this. So which brings about the challenge. The challenge is the result of a Judith. Because on one hand, you got the love of John, laying his head on your breast, loving you purely.